We are here on this nice Saturday morning. Actually, nice weather outside. It's nice and sunny. Get out, enjoy your day. After the podcast, of course. Let's go. All right, everybody, welcome on in to the NY to MD podcast on what I would call Black Panther weekend. Yes. Your hosts, Kevin Hurt, Brian Sherrard, on this nice, wonderful, beautiful Saturday morning. As I said, we're here on StreamYard and YouTube, Facebook, IG, Twitter, as well as Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, and Stitcher apps. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find the NY to MD podcast. What up, B?
What's going on, man? What is going on, man? Yes. Wakanda forever, man. Yeah, that was we both saw the movie. We will talk about it and we will podcast about it. We've already had some words about it. You know what? You should do the whole podcast like that.
I might actually. I'll do the other one with this one. I actually will.
Yeah, but no, man, everything's good. Quick question.
I don't, by the way, I'm not really into the Black Panther at all. I just have these things just sitting around my house. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You're holding up, toys. How was the toy fair last week? I know you sent me some pictures.
Oh, yeah. It was fun. Again, everything was out of my price range. But it wasn't packed, luckily. But it was a whole bunch of good, and just stuff I haven't seen in a long, long time. Like, I haven't seen a whole mask collection, not like wearing masks, but nobody from people from grew up in the 80s remember a cartoon called Mask. And I forgot what's called. Something.
It's my mask collection.
This is why this is not a comedy channel. I forget what it's called, but Mask stood for something. But they had a whole bunch of old Mask toys, a whole bunch of He-Man, and no Back to the Future stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't find any. I think that's very difficult to find. That's what it seems like. Yeah, just a whole bunch of. That was the first one where I saw a billion Transformers. I mean, they had Transformers. Oh, and they had Car Voltron. They had Car Voltron, which is my favorite Voltron.
Okay.
Because everybody has the Lions. I had the Lions and the car. And I preferred the car because it was just different.
Okay.
It was just different. It had more vehicles than just 5 Lions. So again, nothing wrong with the Lions. I love the Lions too. But when I saw the Car Voltron, I was like, yo, I gotta get that. So
cool. Did you get any Transformers? You said they had a lot of Transformers.
Yeah, no. A lot of them. See, I'm only collecting things that I really, really would want, or like anything Starscream related. Something like Starscream, or something that I know I would like to see or have. And most of those were just not in the price range I wanted to be. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was a ton of them. Something they had a ton of them. Plus, I feel like it was close to Christmas, so things may have been a little bit higher than they normally would. So they come back in June. So when I go in June, I think because to me I got the Starscream I got for $40, and just stay right there. But by the way, you could put out forest fires.
40. Did you get that at a toy fair?
I bought this Starscream at the last toy fair, the one before.
$40
for $40.
Yo, okay. All right.
And they had one for him in a box recently, and Starscream's angry. It's like he's actually has a freaking stink bug on him. Oh, he's gonna yell at me after this is over. Get him off me! No, it's Starscream. But yeah. So I saw one of him in a box. It was like 200 something.
Wow. Okay.
It wasn't even half the size. I mean, it's more of an original, but it was still like, yeah, no, like that was 40. And I know it was open. It wasn't, but I didn't have anything like that. Had the crown on it. Yes, he's missing his robe, but it's still, most of I saw some. They had a damn. You remember G.I. Joe Serpentor?
No, I wasn't a G.I. Joe guy.
Okay. So Serpentor was the next person who took over Cobra from. They actually had the movie G.I. Joe the movie, which came out, and Serpentor was in there. But they had a Serpentor doll. He had he was basically in like a snake outfit with his head inside of a snake, basically, and it had teeth. So this one was missing like 2 teeth, still like $50. And these things are like this big.
Right.
And I'm like, it's missing teeth on the thing. Ain't got nothing with it. Like, nah, I'm good. Like, I just feel like it's a little bit too. But then there was another place that had stuff for like $5. So.
Okay.
But yeah, I bought like one G.I. Joe. That was it.
Okay.
For $5.
All right. And since we haven't had a chance to talk about this last week, we also went to Comic-Con last week, man. Which was fun, man. What did you think about it?
It was good. It was not as crowded as it was last year. They go on a Saturday.
Right.
So I think that's when all the big costumes and all the big contests are. So you will have to go just to see the multitude. It is definitely crowded. Like I said, being able to stand in the line and get inside in like 10 minutes as to like the hour and 30 minutes last time in the cold. This one was warmer. It was easier. Right in there. Like you're like, yeah, we're getting out the car, and you were there in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It was so weird. Like we got off the light rail, and the damn line was like at the light rail to the front of the convention center.
That's crazy.
So where we even went in at wasn't even there where the line was. So
yeah.
But I enjoyed it. This is your first one. So
yeah, this is my first Baltimore Comic-Con, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It exceeded my expectations, honestly.
Oh, good.
And it was fun to actually, dress up a little bit. I definitely want to do it again. And yeah, I think next time I do want to do it on a Saturday. Just, you know what I mean? Just to see even more.
Yeah. To see everybody. That's what.
The highlight of the day, was seeing my man Randy Watson there.
Listen, Macho Man was a close second. But number one is Randy Watson.
Second, some chocolate.
He just walking down the aisle in the powder blue suit with the Jerry curl.
Oh yeah,
rock singing.
Oh dude,
you can't beat that. You can't. Randy Watson by far was number one. Like I said, it was a close number two. I mean, the dude had a whole. His dude was Macho Man. Number 3 was the dude in the whole Iron Man suit.
Yeah. Well, number 2 for me was Chun-Li, because I love Chun-Li, man. Seeing the Chun-Li costume, I love that. So, but yeah,
you said Chun-Li.
Chun-Li, yeah, from Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, cool, yeah. No, I remember.
Yeah. You don't remember seeing?
I remember you pointed Chun-Li out. It was like for a quick second. For some reason, I kept running into.
Yeah, it's right when we got
hockey mask.
Yeah.
I saw the same person over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why do I keep seeing this one person? Like I wasn't. Oh, Blaster, the Autobot, the dude who was dressed up as Blaster.
I don't remember seeing that.
You know, I should have got a picture with him. That dude, he actually was dressed up as Blaster from Transformers. I mean, he had a mask. He had the little boombox thing going on. Now he's walking around as like the robot mode. I wanted him to transform and see in a cassette pop out, but it didn't. So I was a little bit let down by that. But yeah, it was good. I just wore my little lucha mask.
Yeah.
That I sweated through. That I didn't know. It was hot. It was hot in there. But but then plus you were in good company because there were spider people everywhere.
Yeah.
The whole Spider-Verse was there.
Yeah.
So I think there was Gwen's, there was Miles's, there was Peter's.
Yeah, man.
I didn't see Venom's though. I didn't see Venom's. I didn't see any symbiotes.
No.
And I didn't see Spider-Man Noir. I didn't see him.
That would have been funny.
So
that was fun, man. We definitely got to do that again next year.
Yeah, dude. Comic-Con was fun. Definitely something we would do and have fun. And people were podcasting from down there too. So
yes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to see. And they had contests, but it was, if you haven't gone to Baltimore Comic-Con, go. If you haven't gone to the Toy Fair, go. For nostalgia, it's just fun. The Toy Fair was $8. I forgot how much the Comic-Con a little bit way more than that. But it's definitely worth it to go see and try it out.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's get to these sports, man.
Yeah, man. So we had the ending, and a good ending, to the World Series this week. It seemed like it was like 10 weeks ago, but it just happened at the beginning of the week, or last Saturday or Sunday. I can't even remember. But the Houston Astros, thank goodness, I appreciate them so much. Wrapped it up, beating the Philadelphia Phillies in 6 to bring home their second championship, I believe. So give me your thoughts about the whole World Series. Did you watch? Were you excited? And your thoughts on the whole thing.
Well, I didn't really watch too much of the World Series, but I did tell you I was rooting for Houston. There was one reason why I was rooting for Houston, and that's because I wanted Trey Mancini to win a championship, man. And I think it was you that sent me. Was it you that sent me the Instagram story on Trey Mancini? How this dude went from having cancer, from overcoming that to, being part of the Orioles rebuild, succeeding with that, then being traded to Houston, came up with a game-winning play, and
because Lord knows he couldn't hit nothing.
Right.
He came up with a game-winning play because his bat was not working.
No,
at all.
But it was just a good story because it shows.
It's a great story. It was really a great story that he battled back and to get to the point of where he got to be wanted enough to be traded forward to a team that was in first place.
Yeah.
And to be put in that situation and to represent a team in the World Series and win.
Yeah. And just even without the sports element of it, just like the whole life element, even when your days seem like they're at their darkest, you could just always find hope and just always know that there's brighter days ahead that far exceed what you could ever imagine. So I feel happy for Trey Mancini, and I also feel very happy for Dusty Baker, man, because he's a guy that I think unfairly gets criticized or was unfairly criticized for never winning a big one and all this stuff. And I'm so happy for him that he finally won he got his championship. And now I'm hoping that your guy gets one next because I don't like the narrative behind him as well. And that's my man Buck Showalter. So
listen, regardless of I didn't like him when he was in the Bronx, so that's a whole different thing.
Right, neither
but
one.
Now, he's in Queens or wherever he is. He was in Arizona for a little bit too, right?
He was. He went to Texas. He went to the Orioles. And was he in Arizona?
I feel like he was in Arizona. I'm happy for Matt. Yeah, Mattress Mac.
Yeah.
How much money did he put down?
I don't know, but he how much money did he win?
Or 70? 75. So he put down 10. I think he put down 10.
He put down 10. Okay.
And he ended up winning 75 million.
Wow.
Now, we just had a lottery recently that was 2-point-some billion, whatever. Again, doesn't make sense to me. Cash options are 10 times less. I don't know. Somebody try to explain to me. Still not that. Still doesn't work. I'll take 75, but you got to put down 10 million, 75 mil. I'll just take a mil. You know what I'm saying? I'll just take a mil. Just give me the mil. But Yeah, Matt. Good for Mattress Matt. Good for Houston. Good for the Astros. I'm glad. Good for. I mean, of course, good for Trey. Now they did decline his option, and we'll get into free agency in a second. But a person who did have a great postseason and seems to have matured a lot. I know you love him to death. Of course, is the outfielder. I think he DH'd a lot, really, for the Phillies, and that's Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper. You know what? My whole perspective has changed on Bryce Harper. I used to give him a lot of flack. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he won a couple MVPs. Yeah, he's a great player, but he's never been consistent. Nah, this dude showed up in the postseason.
Showed up and showed out.
Yeah, so to me, Bryce Harper, I was wrong. I was wrong. You were worth every penny of your contract. You showed up in the playoffs, unlike some other dude. And I got to give you your props, man. Like, so I will no longer criticize you. I'm not going to talk about your contract anymore. You're the man.
So congrats to him on a good season. Just glad he didn't win anything because I did not want Philadelphia winning. And on that same day, or the day before the Phillies lost, the Philadelphia Union lost the MLS Cup.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So I'm just happy. I was happy about that. I didn't want the omen. I knew if they won, I would have a feeling then that, the Phillies may take Game 6 and just make it Game 7. But we didn't have that happen, luckily. Okay. So nothing from there. Phillies still has a undefeated football team, and they're going to stay undefeated, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But so we got into free agency. People declined. There's free agents out there. Like I said, they declined Trey Mancini, so Trey Mancini is a free agent after a $250,000 buyout.
Okay.
We have Jacob deGrom's out there. Verlander declined his option. Speaking of the Astros, so he's a free agent. I think Clayton Kershaw is going to go back on a one-year deal to Dodgers. The Mets re-signed their closer Diaz. Our closer Diaz. And he has a Bobby Bonilla contract. So he's going to get paid out in deferments till 2042. So I guess I have to deal with that. Then, but we still have a lot of other people that we need to sign. So I think I sent you, I don't know if you got, I sent you a lot of text earlier, especially sports related, about MLB's perceived or predictions about how much people are going to get or what they're worth.
Oh, yes, I did take a look at that.
So, yeah, so there's still people out there, there's the judges of the world. So what are your thoughts on the Orioles? What are your expectations for the Orioles in free agency? What would you like for them to do? And how you just think free agency is going to work out in general?
Okay, this is plain and simple. I'm going to keep this really simple. I want them to spend money.
That's okay.
No, but I have a reason.
I'm sure you have a reason. So I just never heard you say, I want them to spend money. I don't know why. I just never heard that. So, yes.
But, okay, so here's how I feel with the Orioles. I'm very happy, right, that Mike Elias has turned the worst minor league system into the best minor league system in the span of 3 years. Great. But now it's time to spend some money, right? You told us that once the team, once this minor league system turned around and once the team got competitive, and the Orioles were over 500 for the first time in 5 years. They had the top prospects in baseball. Okay, now let's supplement our team with nice free agent pickups. I want to see them spend money. I hope this just wasn't a ploy, right? To just become one of the lowest payrolls in baseball to save money. I hope this isn't it. You understand?
So you hope they're not the Rays.
Exactly. So now this offseason will tell me everything about the Orioles. It will tell me everything about Mike Elias. They got to spend money. And I'm going to tell you one thing right now. I'm already kind of got my spidey senses are going off a little bit because they declined the option to Jordan Lyles. They didn't want to pay him $11 million, which to me sounds a little that they're being cheap because he came to our team. He was our most consistent starter, and he was an innings eater. I think he wound up like 10-9 with maybe like a little slightly above 4 ERA, but he was exactly what we needed. Why did we decline the option on him? And I hope it's not because we didn't want to pay him $11 million because that's a pretty good deal for the production that he gave us. So I'm already sensing they're not trying to spend money. Now he said all along they were going to spend it. I want to see them. I don't care what hurt. I don't care who, where, what. I just want to see them spend money because to me that proves to me that okay, they really are trying to become a competitive team. Yeah. So those are my expectations. Now your team, on the other hand, made it to the playoffs. Had a great first year under Buck. You know, a little disappointing in the playoffs, but they're on the way up. They're on the way up. So what do you want them to do? What are your expectations for your team for them to get to the next level?
I'm gonna make it simple.
Okay.
I want them to spend money. Want them to spend money.
Okay.
I need the ground back.
Yes.
I need the ground. That's number one. Then number two, I need someone in the lineup to help out the polar bear, to help out Pete. Whether it's a big hitting outfielder or whatever. We need more beef in that lineup somewhere. We need getting the ground back because again we have Scherzer, so getting the ground back would help. Again, the thing is we spent most of this season without him.
Yeah.
And then when he came back, Scherzer got hurt. And Scherzer was actually good most of the season till towards the end of the season, and he wasn't good in that playoff game. He was just, giving up runs left and right. So we still had the pitching, but the National League is this is so weird because the National League, all the heavy people were out, and the Phillies beat a lot of them. The Padres are there. They're going to spend money. The Giants want to spend money. The Giants want to try to get Aaron Judge. So the National League is going to be a spending spree to see who can get whatever. And Uncle Steve, as we call him, he's got the dough. He's already over a threshold. Just keep pushing it. I was literally 10 years old when we won a title. 10. Now, we've been close. Again, we had 101 wins this season. I didn't expect that. I was very happy. And we finished second, which is still, that's just, how it is. But it's consistency. We do have minor leaguers. Our minor league system is doing well. We're bringing people up as well. Our catcher position is going to be better if we keep Alvarez up. We're improving in a lot of areas, but we need to spend money because we need to win. It's New York. None of this means anything unless we win a title. Period. This isn't about looking good and making the playoffs every year. That's nice. There's certain teams that make playoffs every year. I forgot what major league team, maybe Braves, Dodgers. Dodgers haven't missed a postseason in over a decade. They literally got like one title. So yes, it's good to be there, but what are you doing once you're there? Now, again, don't get me wrong. I didn't even want them having that one title, but it is what it is. You have to have a system where, like Houston, where you brought up people and you go get people. Because they wouldn't be where they are without getting Verlander, but they wouldn't be where they are without Correa. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
So there's a whole thing, and the Mets are getting that, and I hope the Orioles are going to do the same thing too. Bring people up, bring people in, and win. That's it.
Yep.
So that's what I'm hoping, but it's really about money. We already have the highest payroll, one of the highest payrolls, but just listen. It's not my money. It's not my money. So I don't care. Spend more money. Get more people, win the title. Because it's all about winning the title. In all honesty, if they want to win a title the next 4 years, we could take another 2 decades off. I'm fine.
Right.
I'm okay. Like that, at least I'm an adult now. I saw my team win a title. That's okay. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I've legally been an adult for any of my teams winning titles. Luckily, I remember them all, but I legally haven't been an adult. So
wow.
I would like to party for my team winning as an adult. I felt the heartbreak of losing the World Series, but I want to go out and celebrate. You know what I mean?
Got you. Right.
But hopefully, you know what? Knock on wood. Maybe see how Arsenal keeps going. We got a game today. It looks like Man City dropped points today. So they look disappointed. So If we win today, we could up our lead a little bit. Okay, so that's good news. So we'll see. So we'll no, but let me tell you something. Arsenal wins the Premier League. You may not see me for a couple.
Dude,
all I'm saying is preparing everybody now. I might actually fly to London. You might not see me. I come back for accent and everything. You won't even know. Yeah. So, but free. That's my thoughts on free.
Okay.
All
right.
But but I want to hear this rant. So we're going from New York Mets. A lot of controversy going on in Manhattan area between Brooklyn and the Knicks doing okay, so to speak. Golden State's finding their groove again. By the way, as much as I don't like Golden State, I don't like Golden State at all. Mm-hmm. Actually, I just can't stand Draymond. Mm-hmm. I get tired of hearing Steph's name. I'm more of a Clay person. Mm-hmm. Those city jerseys really nice.
Yo.
I did like those. I was like, I was angry because it's like, why does theirs look so nice?
Yeah.
I was upset by it. But those do look really nice. Yeah. So I'll give them that. But you have go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that is the perfect segue, because you didn't know this. You didn't know this. But this is my rant today.
Okay.
With the Warriors. See, I love this. Just the
synergy.
Yes. So, all right, last week we ended the podcast. And I gave a shout out to my mom and my uncle who were in New Orleans for the Ravens game, and they were at the time of the podcast. We even said the score. Oh yeah, looks like the Pelicans beat out the Warriors. It was a close one. It was a good one. It was a good game. Called my mom. Yeah, Ma, how you like the game? Oh, it was great, but none of the starters played. Like what?
Huh?
Yeah, they benched Draymond, Steph, Clay, and Jordan Poole that game.
What? None of them played.
None of them played. Hurt. It was the 10th or 9th game of the season. She went all the way down there. They paid their good money to see to specifically see the Warriors, and none of the starters played the entire game. She told me, I could not believe. I would have been so upset. It was like the 9th game of the season, and they're already doing load management.
Dude, this is a perfect time to say, Warriors, come out and play.
That's pretty good.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that happened. That would have been perfect, but I would have been heated too. But go ahead.
I couldn't believe it. The season just started. They sat their top 4 players because they had like back-to-back road games or whatever. Dude, the season just started. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Like, load management, I could kind of understand during the middle of the season, right? But you're the freaking Warriors. You're the world champs. You're a draw, right? And people like you're on the road. Like, don't do that, man. I hate that. And I know the NBA tried to stop this stuff, but this early in the season, that's just wrong, man. That's just.
Well, Poole did play.
Okay, Poole played. All right, but
he played 38 minutes.
All right, did Steph play?
Steph did not play.
Did Draymond play?
Draymond, no, he didn't play.
Did Clay play?
Clay did not play.
Okay, so Wiggins. Wiggins probably played, right?
Wiggins, he has a sore left foot.
Okay, so maybe it was them.
Yeah. All right. But Poole did play 38 minutes. That's it.
Okay, so they didn't play, but the top 3.
Yeah, they weren't even. I don't know if they were. They're not even listed on the bench, so they.
Yeah. So
it wasn't even like a DNP or something. Yeah. It was just.
It was load management.
Which
come on, dude, give me a freaking break. It's the freaking 9th game of the freaking season, man. So yeah, I was just pissed off.
Zion played. There you go.
Whoop-de-doo.
But hey, we mean whoop-de-doo. Zion, he wasn't hurt. He actually played, is what I'm saying.
They went specifically to see the Warriors, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just that stuff pisses me off. And that's when, say what you want about Michael Jordan, yo. Michael ain't give a heck, yo. He played every game, yo. And people like him and Kobe, man.
Don't you feel? I'm not making excuses. I'm not. I agree with you. I feel like I understand as the season goes along, when it's later in the season,
right,
to have someone sit a back-to-back, if it's, whatever.
Right.
Literally less than 20 games in is ridiculous. But what I'm saying is it's a different
games
from where Mike was to now. The game's totally changed. All these, everything's all about, what's the word I'm looking for? Stats, not stats. Stats, stitches. The game's built on numbers. Oh, guys need rest. Back-to-backs are bad. All these studies show da-da-da-da-da. You get what I'm saying? So then it's like no one plays a full 82 anymore. This is how a game's built. But this is literally it was their 10th game. Come on.
Right.
It's their 10th game. Like, at least if you want to limit them, play them 20 minutes.
Right.
Something. Let them play, but you don't need to play in a whole game. Have them go in there, get a rhythm, play them in, second or fourth quarter, second, third, whatever it is. And but just, okay, you guys go out and, hang out at the hotel. Yeah. It's ludicrous. 3, not one, not 2. 3 dudes, your starters, just not even there.
Yeah. It's just weak, man. Yeah. So, yeah. That's all. I didn't
know that.
Yeah, so I was when she told me, I got so upset. So I was just like, yeah. What?
But at least the Wizards and the Knicks are both at 500, both at 6-6 currently. Team still struggling, of course, as we know, the Lakers, who are LeBron's hurt also, which that's going to help them out. So the Lakers are at 2-10. Golden State's at 5-7. They're on a little bit of a winning streak now.
Yeah.
So Utah's still 10-3. Portland's doing well. Memphis is 9-4. Milwaukee's 10-2. Boston's 9-3. Oh, also the Brooklyn Nets hired Jacques Vaughn.
Yeah.
From Kansas. Not from Kansas, but he played college basketball at Kansas. Sorry. He got college football in my brain.
The Jayhawks are a top 10 team right now.
What, the basketball team?
No, football.
When?
Oh, I thought they were a top 10 team.
That was like 8 weeks, years, decades ago.
Oh, okay.
Anywho, but yeah, they hired Jacques Vaughn instead of hiring Ndoka, which I think is a smarter move.
Very smart. Why would you hire that dude?
Yeah. So the Nets are trying to stabilize their ship as well.
Yep.
So, but really nothing too much basketball related going on. But today is a Saturday.
Yes.
And Saturday is, of course, the best day of the week. Got to talk about college football. Now, this week, of course, is the second week of the top teams for the bowl championship, playoffs and stuff. Playoffs? So let me see if I have it here. No, why did it do that? No, it messed me up. So after the beatdown they handed Tennessee last week, the number 1 team in all the land, is the University of Georgia. Georgia is listed number 1 in BCS rankings. Number 2, Ohio State. Number 3 is Michigan.
Okay.
And number 4, can you guess the number 4 team ranked in the top college football rankings currently in week 2 of the ranking system? Yep. Who, if they went out, would be in the college football bowl series?
That would be your TCU Horned Frogs, right?
That would be a team from Texas. No, not the Longhorns. No, not the Baylor Bears. Yes, the TCU Horned Frogs, who play Texas this week, by the way. Oh. So College Game Day is down in Austin for that game. Number 4, Texas against number 4, Texas Christian University against the Longhorns, number 18. So yeah, full bunch of games. But last week, though, I think that the major thing was Tennessee getting drubbed by Georgia. And Georgia looking good. Why is this doing this? So for some reason now my football schedule has, instead of breaking it down by rankings, it's breaking it down by conferences. I don't know how this happened. Nothing ever wants to work at the exact same time. Only thing I care about is today, 8 o'clock on the ACC network. I know everybody wants to tune in. Number 23, Florida State is on the road to face Syracuse. I know Dan wants to watch that game. I know you, and plus, Dan, I know you need to pick Florida State if they're in the college pick. I'm not forgetting. Indiana is at number 2, Ohio State. Well, I don't know how that's going to work out. Missouri at Tennessee. Number 7, LSU, after going for 2 points. Yes, going for 2 for the win. Beating Alabama at home last week. So number 7, LSU. Number 20, Notre Dame, who I predicted correctly, beat Clemson last week. Is not at home, but they're on the road. They're facing Navy down the road.
Yes, sir.
Could have got free tickets, but it's a full day for me. I would love to have gone to that game to root for Navy. Number 21, Illinois against Purdue. 24, Kentucky at home against Vanderbilt. The big ABC 3:30 game is a home game for Michigan against Nebraska, which no one wants to see. That game would have been good like 20 years ago. Big game for Alabama. Alabama's going on the road, 3:30. They're number 9. They're 7-2 right now, facing number 11, Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin is the head coach of Ole Miss. So that should be a fun game down in Oxford. Louisville is at Clemson. Clemson needs to watch out for the upset special on that one. Maryland travels in what supposedly is known as a rivalry game, but really isn't. It's going to Penn State to play Penn State, number 14 Penn State. Now, your team's only a 10.5-point underdog on the road. Are we going to see the Turtle go into Happy Valley and make them sad?
No.
Okay.
No.
So we got number 15 NC State against Boston College. Big game for Tulane. Tulane is the highest ranking out of Big 5 team right now. Number 17 or 8-1. Have a big home game against UCF today. So that comes on 3:30 on ESPN2. So tune into that one. Georgia is on the road against Mississippi State. They should win that one pretty easily. Rivalry. Oregon, number 6 against number 25, Washington. That's a big rivalry between those two schools. Kansas State's on the road, number 19 at Baylor. And, of course, the TCU-Texas game 4 against 18. A sneaky good game, high scoring. Can't wait to watch it. A North Carolina battle, number 15 North Carolina, who's 8-1. 8-1 North Carolina, whose only loss was to Notre Dame.
Wow.
Is traveling to Wake to play Wake Forest, who can put up a lot of points. So that's going to be a fun, sneaky. If you don't like defenses and want to see scoring, 7:30 ESPN. Number 13, Utah is at home against Stanford. It's at 10 o'clock. I'm going to be asleep. And 12 UCLA is against Arizona. That should be easy. And last night, number 8, USC took care of business, beating Colorado 55-17.
Okay.
So big day, college football, man. But yeah, I don't know. The Terps could put up a fight. You gotta believe in Terrapins, man.
So, yeah, well, they didn't do anything against Wisconsin last week, so
no, they did not. You're 10,000% correct.
Yeah, that game really disappointed me, man. Especially under those conditions. I thought they could have used their run game and their running quarterback to their advantage, which they decided for whatever reason not to do.
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever. We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
All right, let's get to the main event. NFL.
Yeah, man.
NFL, I did not watch this past Thursday night game because I refuse to watch bad football now.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what it was, bad football.
Yeah, listen. These Thursday games are horrible for the most part. Horrible. Yeah. And the road team always suffers 90% of the time. And this one was no coincidence that Atlanta, traveling very far to Charlotte, probably could walk there. I don't know. It's not like they really traveled, but they traveled enough to act like they traveled far to lose on the road 25-15. I saw one post that said Marcus Mariota finally played like Marcus Mariota this season. And I was like, oh, there he goes. And I think PJ started for Carolina, right?
Yeah, he has been named the starter against the Ravens next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's going to continue to start. And by the way, I am going to that game.
Yeah, I don't know where the game is. Where is it?
M&T Bank Stadium.
Oh, nah. I thought you were on. I don't honestly. I care less about your home games. It's fun when I see like mom dressed up.
Yes.
Pay LJ.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. That's always fun. But yeah, if you're just going down the road, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
But if you're going on the road to see your team play,
but I'm excited about this game because this is Nayla's first game. She's been dying. She's been dying to go. So I wanted to try to pick a good game for her to go to. So she's really excited about.
So you mean pick a game for her for your team to win?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just call it that. Pick a good game for her to go to. A good game to see the team win.
Yes.
That's perfect. Has Nene been to a game?
Nene does not like sports whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
I don't know how. It's funny how she's my kid in some ways, and in other ways she's not. You know?
Oh yeah. Sophie's my kid emotionally, but like competitively, she's nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, she is competitive, but she's like, I'm not in this whole race thing.
Yeah.
Want to go see? No. Like, okay. So, like it was like, you want to go see Orioles game? No. Okay.
Yeah.
You think you'll ever want to go? No. Okay. That's it.
She detests sports. Like,
wow.
Yes. So, but it's funny because Nayla, she's loves the Orioles and the Ravens. So
yeah, cool.
Yeah,
cool for the Orioles.
Yeah.
But that game was horrible. But you want to go through what we picked last week, or what were our biggest surprises?
Oh yeah, so we're gonna go through this because guess what, Hurt?
Did you win this week?
I finally won.
Wow!
You know what? And you know why I won, Hurt?
No,
because I picked Detroit. And you Green.
Oh, you won by one?
I won by one game.
Oh man, now I'm upset.
And because every other game we we deferred on 3 games. So the game.
Okay, but the Detroit one helped you out.
Yes. So basically, I went 10-3. You were 9-4. Hurt. So,
wow. So that's still. It wasn't like one of those ones where we both did bad and whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good week. Okay, I'll listen. I'll take 9-4 all day.
Right.
Till this day. So, what were some of your biggest surprises from last week?
Well, the biggest surprise last week was the Jets beating Bills. Man, that was a great win for them. Their defense showed up, and you know what? I think if memory serves me correct, I think they took the lead late in the game. I think 20-17, and I thought Buffalo was gonna, come and score. Man, they had like maybe a minute left or 30 seconds left in the game, or something like that. And I was like, oh, Josh Allen's gonna take them down, but no, man, they sack fumble. Cover the ball, game over. So good for the Jets, man. Good for the Jets, man. Their defense is no joke. They still have some problems on offense. I like the fact that they have James. I like the fact they have James Robinson now to help them out in the run game. I think the biggest problem with that team is Zach Wilson now. So
that's a given.
But good for them, man.
Yeah. So I mean, I know the Bills now. I know what's his name was nursing injury this week. But saying going day by day. If you had to, since he's also watching and want to make him angry, but how would you rank the top 3 teams in that division?
How would I rank them?
Yeah, I mean Buffalo probably being number 1 because they're healthy. But like, you think the Jets and Miami are close?
I think the Dolphins are the second best team in the division, and I don't think the gap is really that far. I think. The only reason why
Buffalo or between them and the Jets?
Oh, between them and Buffalo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Airplanes.
That's funny. That's funny.
I've never actually heard them called airplanes before.
That's funny. I like that.
Bills, Fins, airplanes. Strange planes and automobiles.
The Bills on both sides of the ball, their rosters are so good on both sides of the ball. If they're completely healthy, they're the best team. But the Dolphins can hang with them. The Dolphins freaking beat them. So the Dolphins, look, I already went on my whole thing last week about the Dolphins, and I think they're this year's team of destiny. And I'm not just saying that; I truly believe that. So I think the Dolphins aren't that far behind. But if you had to stack their teams roster to roster, the Bills have the best team on both sides of the ball in that division and in football. Yeah,
real quick, and I feel like you can answer this. probably better than I know I could. So Dolphins fans are feeling weirded out by the love fest that has come the way of Dolphin Mania, brother, so far this season.
Yeah.
Right? They don't know how to feel where people actually like their team. So for you, because they came from a feeling of everybody's against us. And I know for a long time, especially with the Ravens or whatever, you felt the NFL, primetime games, and, Tagliabue and whatever else that you conjured up in your head was against your team, right? Once your team kind of became national or whatever,
once it became relevant,
but also national, because there's fans who like Baltimore that aren't in Baltimore,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like once they kind of branched out, become a national team.
Oh, okay.
Like, how did that make you? Yeah, how did that make you feel?
No, it's awesome. It's awesome, and I feel like, honestly, the Ravens became a national team 5 years ago when they drafted Lamar Jackson. And even though because you gotta remember, man, like I think a lot of people have respect for the Ravens, but I don't really. The Ravens have always been relevant since they won their first Super Bowl, but Ray Lewis being on the team, there's still a contingent out there that think he's a bad guy, think he's a murderer. You know what I'm saying? And then Joe Flacco, that never excited anybody. But when people thought of the Ravens, all they thought about was the defense. Good, nice respect for the team. They have a superstar, a generational talent on their team. And and this is the cool thing about the Ravens now. This isn't just like Baltimore fans, like people in Baltimore like the Ravens. The Ravens have a national following now, but it's strictly because of Lamar Jackson.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
No.
Oh yeah.
When you said what were the words you used?
What?
Generational. What else?
Yeah, generational talent.
Yeah, it was something else. What other word did you use?
I don't know. What did I say?
I honestly thought you were talking about Justin Tucker. Like I feel like Justin Tucker is the only kicker in the history of the NFL to have jerseys, literally on people's bodies, to have people follow this dude, to actually care about him to the point where he's part of the landscape, so to speak. No one, I'm anti-kicker, period. And actually, the weird part is the history of my franchise, we actually had the only kicker that was the MVP of the league. So, which that was dumb, but I didn't vote back then, and I don't vote now. But Justin Tucker he's got more commercials. The dude's everywhere. He sings. Lamar can't sing. Lamar can barely talk. So he can't sing. So when you were going through all those generational, multi-talented, I was like, Justin Tucker. I wasn't even thinking about Lamar.
Okay. But I'm going to talk about this with Dan. Dan, just embrace it, dude.
Yeah, that's what I've been telling him. Like, this is a good thing. Like, I listen, I will not ever, in the history of existence of life, say I want to go watch the Ravens. No, ever.
Right.
But I will go watch the Dolphins. I will follow the Dolphins. I will go I'll go to Miami before I go to M&T. How about that?
Yeah.
Go see the Dolphins play.
But
they're fun.
But here's what's the cool thing about the Dolphins, right? And Dan, first of all, let me speak on a couple things. Dan, it's kind of weird for Dan because now people are all up on the Dolphins, but it's like you don't want. It's like this is weird. Like people starting to like us, people starting to notice us. I don't want them to jinx us. So you start feeling that like, wait a minute, is this too much? Are they jinxing us? They're starting to talk nice about us. But the cool thing about the Dolphins is all those people who were ishing on Tua in the beginning of the year.
And still do, and still try to.
Oh, he can't throw the deep ball. Miami needs a quarterback. They need to get Lamar Jackson. They need to get blah, blah. They should have got Deshaun. All this. Well, I don't know if people were saying that. But all. What'd you say? It just feels weird knowing people like them as well. Yeah, exactly. But just embrace this, dude, because for all those naysayers, and there were a ton of them out there before the season, that were Tua's not the answer. Tua's not this. He's proven all those dudes wrong. All those dudes wrong. So, dude, just enjoy the ride, man. Just embrace it. Enjoy the ride. It's going to feel a little weird.
Feel the love, brother.
And as the season goes on, people are going to keep getting on the bandwagon. People are going to start hyping them up. You're going to start hearing. You're going to start hearing this. The Dolphins are true Super Bowl contenders. The Dolphins have the best offense in the game. The Dolphins are the new greatest show on turf. All this stuff's going to come out. Dan, just embrace it, dude. Just embrace it.
Also, to me, on the other side too, if they mess up, they'll go out. Oh, they shouldn't have this. Oh, this is this, and because they're actually, like as you used the word earlier, they're relevant now.
Right.
And the longer you stay on, as Dan would know, one of my favorite wrestlers says, as long as you stay on the island of relevancy, you will get ridiculed or you will get loved. It's going to be both. Yeah. So the fact that they're on there, and unlike other franchises who have controversies that don't even involve anything on the field and try to put out statements just in crime rates and stuff, you don't have to worry about that nonsense. So just be happy that all your stuff is on the field and nonsense off the field. Just be happy.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but real quick, going back to these games, the biggest surprise for me, the biggest surprise was how bad that Tampa Bay Rams game was. That game was horrific.
Dude.
It was horrific. It was bad. It was bad. I didn't know what I felt like I was watching an old retirement home video. No one looked good at all. That game was sad. It was just a sad game to watch. Any other surprises?
Yeah, dude. A couple surprises, yo. The freaking Raiders, yo. They stink. Can we just do this? Can we please finally put the nail in the coffin to all these wannabes who come out of New England and try to be head coaches? They're awful. When are these franchises going to?
You leave Joe Judge alone.
When are these franchises going to learn their lesson? You know who the best coach is who came out of New England? Vrabel. And he wasn't a coach in their system. He was a player.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's why.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Don't hire any coaches that come out of New England. They all suck. You can look from the full track record. Yeah. Oh, he was the biggest fraud. That dude.
My ears not there. We go. I mean, you're my Matt Patricia brother.
Yeah, but I just love it, and I love the fact that Josh McDaniels, whatever his name is failing again. Again. All right. Some other surprises. The KC Tennessee game. Good Lord, man. KC should have lost, but they did.
Yeah.
From a dude that only completed 4 passes in the first 4 quarters of regulation. Like, come on, man. But I will say one thing: Tennessee's defense was freaking phenomenal.
Oh, they were on point. I mean, because those 446 passing yards Mahomes had, he actually had to do 446 passing yards.
Yeah.
To try to win that game, but that game was certain teams match up well against certain teams, and Tennessee always matches up well against Kansas City. So, yeah. But that was actually a fun game to watch.
Yep. All right, man. So let's go to this week's games, man. You ready to make some picks?
Oh yeah, I mean, of course. We always gotta be ready. Always ready.
Okay. Let's see. All right. I'll let you. Do you have them up, or you need me to?
Nope, they're right here. Well, we have our first Germany game this week.
Yes, sir.
So can't wait when they're going to all my friends out there in Germany. Bundesliga. That's all I know. Auf Wiedersehen. All that good stuff.
And all I remember is when I was in Germany. Yes.
Wunderbar. So I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I remember when I was in Germany and I was driving and I was like, I took a random picture of a stadium and I sent it to you, right? And I did not expect the response. You were so excited, yo. He's like, you know what this is?
That's what I mean. The stadium where Bayern München plays.
Yes.
Which is the Allianz, which is the stadium where Seattle and Tampa Bay are playing.
Right.
I know my soccer stadiums, and just seeing Allianz is just. and you're just like, oh, what's this? And I'm
Yeah,
like, oh my god,
you were going crazy. I was like, oh, really?
That was so freaking cool.
So it's kind of cool that they're playing there now.
So yeah, we'll start out in Germany. Tickets as low as $378 for this one.
Woo!
Yeah. So Seattle.
Is that in euros, Hurt, or?
Yeah, right. It might be in euros. Deutschmarks, maybe. Seattle traveling. Get some schnitzel right out there as well. Okay. Seattle at Tampa Bay on this one in Germany. Who you got?
I'm taking Seattle, dude. I believe in Geno, man, and Tom is just not looking. But the only thing is, I feel like Tom.
The home game, though, Brian. It's the East to West, the West to East. I guess they're both flying pretty far. So
I'm gonna go Seattle, but I feel like Tommy Boy is gonna put on a show for these.
You know what? Hold on. I gotta keep talking for a second.
No, I was gonna say I am gonna go with Seattle, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tom Brady, opens up the fountain of youth for this game, puts up, puts on a show. But I'm still gonna go with Seattle though.
All right. I feel like Seattle has to have a letdown.
Yeah.
But Tampa's so bad. And this game is in such a different place. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick Seattle.
Okay.
But I just only because I just feel like since Giselle bought a home right across the street from Tom, I feel like it's probably
for $11 million.
Yeah, well, which is obvious. Yeah. Well, Mattress Matt could afford that, obviously.
Oh yeah, that's
right. We got Minnesota. Minnesota coming off a win they shouldn't have had last week. Still a little bit upset about that. Yeah. Traveling to Buffalo to have a little reunion with their old wide receiver out there. So you got Minnesota or you got Buffalo?
I know there are questions about Josh Allen's elbow, which is the most, I hope he's okay, man. I really do. I don't.
Yeah, he actually practiced yesterday. I know he missed Wednesday and Thursday. I heard he practiced yesterday.
It's kind of scary though, because you start talking about the UCL, man, and you start thinking about Tommy John and all that stuff. So I just hope his elbow injury is not that serious. But regardless of injury or not, I still think the Bills are winning this game. Even if Josh Allen don't play, I still think the Bills winning this game.
Yeah, Minnesota is not their record to me.
Okay,
and I know this is the Diggs Bowl. I'm going with Buffalo. Okay. Minnesota should have lost last week. They're going to lose this week.
Okay.
We got Detroit traveling on the road to Chicago. Detroit, Chicago, 1 p.m. game. Tickets for 105. Who you got?
This is tough. But you know what? I'm going to go with Chicago because they're home. I'm going to go with the Bears.
I'm going to go with Chicago because they're a better team. I feel like they're a better team. I just feel like Detroit played a team that's sorry last week. And I think Justin Fields is going to have a really good game.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to go with Chicago. And they have confidence in that offense. I mean, they can put up points. So I think Chicago's going to win. Denver traveling on the road and with their ponies, and that's right. Traveling to Tennessee. Tickets as low as $69 there at Nissan Stadium. Denver, Tennessee. Who you got?
I'm taking the Titans, man. Their defense. I don't really think their offense is any great shakes with or without Tannehill, but man, their defense is something else. So I'm going to take the Titans at home.
Yeah, their defense is good. All they got to do is just run the ball, and keep the ball out of the hands of an offense which still hasn't found its footing yet in Denver. So I'm picking Tennessee.
Okay, this is boring.
Huh?
This is boring.
But... Oh no, it's gonna change soon. Don't worry. Oh, you do not worry. Jacksonville traveling to Kansas City. Kansas City. We both got Kansas City.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll just make that quick. Cleveland on the road to the tailgate capital of the universe at Miami, Hard Rock, 1 p.m. Well, Dolphins games have changed. Tickets as low as $104.
Wow.
Those are season ticket prices. Okay.
So this is the
they used to be. Now, guess what? Their price will be out. I don't know if I'm gonna be going down. But tickets as low as $104. Cleveland and Miami. Who you got?
This is the Jacoby Brissett Bowl, and there's
I think he has a lot of those bowls, by the way.
Yeah. Look, here's the thing, right? The Dolphins defense sucks on the road, but they're not losing to Jacoby Brissett at home. It's not going to happen.
Ooh.
Okay, I like that.
All right, not sure what that's supposed to do, but okay. Well, that's why the tickets are 104 because it's going to be a whiteout. It's going to be a close game. I think Chubb running is going to be something. I know what that means. I have to actually put that on there. I think Miami's going to win this game. Really, when it comes down to it. But I think it's going to be close.
Okay.
Houston at New York. Tickets as low as $53. New York meaning the New York Football Giants at MetLife. Houston Giants. Who you got?
Come on, man. I'm Houston stinks. Look, Wink Martindale going up against that quarterback. Come on. Taking the Giants.
You and this Wink stuff. Wink got you in trouble a couple of weeks ago when you believed in Wink a little bit too much.
You're right.
But in this case, I think he'll be okay. Yeah, I'm taking the Giants in this one. New Orleans, who last week lost at home to the Ravens, are on the road to Pittsburgh, who I think had a bye last week. So tickets as low as $78 to the Acrisure Stadium, whatever it's called, in Pittsburgh. New Orleans at Pittsburgh. We got
Steelers are winning this game, man.
You know what? Steelers. All right. This is where the differences come in, hopefully. It's gotta be, because this is coming dumb. Because we're gonna agree on like Monday night. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. We have Indianapolis traveling on the road to play Vegas. Both of these teams are absolutely ranked. Tickets as low as 131 still. I guess it's because it's Vegas. They will still continue counting votes there, by the way, by that time. Indianapolis at Vegas. Who you got?
I can't take Sam Ellinger. You know what I'm saying? I can't. We didn't even talk about this. How could we forget? The Colts fired Frank Reich and hired Jeff Saturday, which is
yeah. Oh, this is Saturday's first game on a Sunday.
Yeah,
is that true?
Exactly. Which is a freaking.
Yeah, well, since we're here, let's talk about it now.
It's a joke, dude. It's a freaking joke. Like this dude is clearly trying to leave. I'm sorry, trying to tank his team. He wanted Elgin to start. Now he's pulling a dude from ESPN, which I'm sure he has a great relationship. That's fine. But the problem
he was a consultant with the team.
Yeah, I understand that. But dude, you're not
no coaching experience at all.
No coaching experience. You haven't been there. Like, come on, man, give me a freaking break.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's so weird because of all the sports we follow, the NFL, and it doesn't seem like it would be this way to me. Excuse me, but the NFL has the most coaches who never played.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So which is weird. But in this case, this is a coach who has never coached. I like Jeff Saturday as a, I don't know him as a person, but from what I see on TV.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, the whole tanking thing, the team was sorry with Frank Reich anyway, period. And I don't think whoever you put in there as interim or whatever it is going to help this team at all. At all. Because they've been sorry since they decided to sign Matty Not That Cold to the contract thinking he was going to do something. That was the first mistake to me. whether you have Frank Reich or not. That, to me, was the issue. So that's why this team's going to be sorry. I don't care if Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday's on there. The team's just sorry. So that being said, I'm picking Indianapolis. It's going to be the Saturday effect on the Sunday. Vegas is trash. Utter.
You're picking the Colts?
Huh?
You're picking the Colts?
I'm picking the Colts. I'm picking the Saturday effect.
All right, man.
I mean, it's going to be – listen, it got to be different somewhere. We literally picked the same way. So
okay, I just trashed Josh McDaniels, right? I don't believe him at all, but this is how bad the Colts are, that they're making me choose the Raiders to win.
Yeah, and this is how bad the Raiders are. They're making me choose the Colts to win. Okay. Because you have a quarterback that's somewhat, I guess, okay. You have a team that should be better, and you're sorry. The Raiders are trash. Anyway.
All right.
Arizona coming off a butt whooping. I don't think that team likes each other, by the way. It seems like they're always beefing. Going on the road to face the LA Rams, who I don't know if they had a bye week, but they need a bye week. And we're in California. Tickets are as low as $30.
How are you the defending Super Bowl champion?
Tickets, $30.
I know it's in LA, but good Lord.
In LA, it should automatically just be 90. So it's 30. Like, they literally are fighting to get people to go there. This is a divisional game.
I thought, $30 to see the Chargers play. Okay, maybe I can understand that. But the Rams?
I thought that would just be for parking.
Oh, man.
Yeah, $30. Arizona, LA, who you got?
Look, if you really think I don't believe in the Raiders, then you got to know I really, really don't believe in the Cardinals, dude. They stink.
They're always beefing. I feel like Cliff is on the edge of the cliff. I think
you're right. He won't be back next year.
Yeah, I don't. He might not make the season.
Yeah, you might.
They're at the halfway point. If they lose this game, I don't see any reason why you would keep him.
Yeah, and I'm not picking them to lose this game. I'm taking the Rams for as bad as the Rams look last week.
They're terrible.
I'm picking the Rams at home.
Yeah, Rams can't lose this game. They looked so sorry last week. So I'm picking the Rams.
All right.
So speaking of LA teams, one team's heading south, I believe. I believe it's south. The Chargers heading south to play the San Francisco 49ers on Monday Night Football in Santa Clara. Tickets as low as $120. Chargers, 49ers. Who you got?
I am taking the 49ers.
All right. This is dumb.
My Super Bowl pick, 49ers. Yep.
All right.
Are we not doing the Cowboys and the Packers?
No, we're going to go back to that.
Okay.
You got to save the worst for last, right?
Oh, okay. I mean, your team's last, so we're not doing your team last?
No, well, that's easy. It's just because it's Monday night, and with the that's an easy game to pick.
Yeah, we're picking the Eagles. So
I'm gonna,
who did you pick?
I didn't pick anybody yet.
Okay.
I want to do something different, but I don't think I can. 49ers.
Yeah.
1 p.m. It's a 4:25 game. Dallas traveling, and by the way, this game has gotten tons of commercials. Like this, I mean, they're all over Fox all week. This game, as if it's like, the rivalry game of the century or something. Like it's Alabama Auburn, something like that. It's commercials everywhere. Dallas is traveling to Green Bay. Tickets as low as $126 at the famed Lambeau Field. I'm gonna go first on this one.
Okay.
There's no way, as everybody knows, that I'm going to pick the Green Bay Packers in this one. They're terrible.
Oh.
The Cowboys.
Oh, that's weird because I'm picking the Packers.
Yes!
Yeah.
Good. We're different on something. That's because we're different. I want the Packers to win.
They're going to win.
I'm going to be wrong. If this is why I lose this week, I'm fine with it. Dude. They went to Detroit and stunk. That was from the Grinch. Stink, stank, stunk.
Hear me out. You're going to see some of that Lambeau magic come out this week.
Oh, they need all the magic. They need Vince to come out and coach this team up.
Yeah.
They need Holmgren to come back and do something.
If this were in Arlington, then yeah, I would pick the Cowboys. But no, Green Bay's going to win this game.
I hope they lose when CeeDee Lamb reaches into the end zone and loses the football. Because they still ain't over that crap. Monday night game, Washington, Philadelphia.
Yeah, we all know the history. So.
But Washington will be up as a subject in a couple minutes. So just be prepared. And the Thursday night game this week. Thursday night game. The wonderful Thursday night game is we're back at Lambeau Field. Tennessee at Green Bay. Thursday night. Amazon.
I'm taking the Packers again.
Taking Tennessee.
Okay.
So.
Wait, before you talk about this, I want to do these awards real quick, Hurt.
Oh, yeah, the stuff I didn't think about yet. Okay. Yeah. All right, mid-season awards. My mid-season awards are as follows.
All right.
MVP, you want offensive or defensive?
No, who's the MVP of the – no, hold on. Let's see. No, I want to know who your MVP is. It's only one MVP. Then we have a defensive player of the year and an offensive player of the year.
Oh, gotcha. All right. My MVP of the National Football League right now is Josh Allen.
Okay. I disagree. I think there's only one MVP in the league, and it's not even close. And he ain't a quarterback. And that's Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is by far the MVP of the National Football League this year. I don't care what anybody says.
He's my offensive player of the year, so.
Okay.
Jaden says Mahomes.
I think Tyreek Hill has made the Miami Dolphins a Super Bowl contender. He has changed that team in so many ways, man, because with him and Jay, before all you had to really worry about was Jalen Waddle, man, but now with Tyreek Hill, man.
Jalen, this is his second year, remember? So it's not like we could sit there and discount, it's not like he's been in the league multiple years. So I wouldn't say didn't have to sit there and worry about it. He had a ton of catches last season.
No, you're missing my point.
Okay, good.
No, that's not what I was saying. My point is they had Jalen Waddle, who was already this huge threat.
Oh, gotcha.
Putting Tyreek Hill next to him is almost making him like uncoverable. You know what I'm saying?
Because they are. Seems like
So Josh. Tyreek Hill's my MVP. Who's your defensive player of the year?
My defensive player in the year. He leads the league. I'm just gonna go, even though he plays on a team that hasn't done well, but 11.5 sacks. I'm gonna go with Judon.
That's my pick. He's the defensive player of the year. It pisses me off because he's supposed to be in Baltimore, but he never had a double-digit sack season.
And we're halfway through the season.
Right, and he's already got
11.5.
Yeah.
So we still got a whole season left. Now, I do like. I know Dan hates him. I like Sauce up in with the Jets. Got to put a little sauce on it. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, definitely Judon.
Okay. Who is your offensive player of the year, Hurt?
Oh, Tyreek.
Tyreek Hill is your offensive player?
Yeah. Because I was like, once you took him as MVP, I was like, well, you stole my, offensive player of the year. The dude is, he's a cheater. He's a cheater. And he was doing well regardless of if Tua was there. He was still, because he's usually always open. But I think him and Tua and I like Tua. To me, Tua, it's funny. I feel like Tua is the most important person on that team. But all of them together at this triangle, and I like, Gesicki being like another option that they can use, except when he does the gritty. But they're just a fun team to watch. I just enjoy watching them. But Tyreek Hill is my offensive player of the year,
and Josh Allen's my offensive player of the year.
Okay, so we just flippity flop.
Yep,
flippity flop. Okay.
Who is your defensive rookie of the year, Hurt? I think we're gonna have the same person here. I think there's only one answer to this question. As far as
you go ahead and give it.
Big Apple Sauce Gardner, as Chris Berman put it out. So, he called him Big Apple Sauce. I was like, this is why I love Chris Berman.
Yeah, oh my God. Now, Dan hates applesauce. He hates it. I don't know if Dan's still on here, but he does not like sauce because he plays for the airplanes, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, dude, sauce has been lit.
Yes.
Yeah, that dude, that he really has had some sauce. But yeah, I really do like him. He's done because he's too good. Oh, okay. I do just hate him because he plays for the airplanes. But yeah, and in your division. Yeah. But gotta give it to the sauce. Gotta give it to the sauce.
All right, who is your offensive rookie of the year, Hurt?
This one I'm not good at remembering all the rookies and stuff and people that stand out. But there's one guy, at least fantasy wise, has had a lot of value this year, and it's the only way I could rate him. And I'm probably off. I could be wrong. But it's got to be Kenneth Walker.
Oh, okay.
Of all, because Seattle is the place where a running back's not named, the beast, go and get hurt. Because believe me, it's like every year I always had a Seattle running back. And at some part of the year, all of them got hurt. And they've lost everybody, but this dude's come in and he's helped Geno and that team. And he's really, really good. That dude could run. He doesn't fumble. He's been consistent. He didn't have anything that really started the whole season, but he's a difference maker. So to me, it's Kenneth Walker III.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go a team that we just faced in New Orleans. Chris Olave, man, he is having a great year. He's going to get if he stays healthy, he's going to have over 1,000 yards. He's already at 618 yards, 14.4 yards per catch. I mean, the dude's been great, man. Great route runner, great hands. I'm giving it to Chris Olave, man.
Cool. Yeah, no, Olave's good. I like Olave.
Yeah.
I wish he had more consistency at quarterback, but that's what's up.
Yeah, and just to you, and there you go. Just shows you even more how great he's doing when he's had like inconsistent QBs. Yeah. And lastly, who's your coach of the year?
My coach of the year's got to go to the only undefeated team in the NFL. And they've worked. And they're going to stay undefeated come Monday because it's a Monday night game and they're playing Washington. It's like, I'm not saying he kind of came out of nowhere, but it's so weird for a team to be 8-0 and he's so under the radar in a way.
Yeah.
Because so many other head coaches, especially when they're miserably failing, have been brought up and coaches who haven't had any experience of being brought in. And he's just kept a steady ship when it comes to this team. So it's definitely got to.
Yeah, I was actually going to go Mike McDaniel on this one, but the more I thought about it, I was like, I can't slight a guy who's undefeated at the halfway point. So I got.
Yeah, and I think that's the only thing that separates them. Honestly.
Yeah. Yep. All right, man. We way over our time, Hurt, but I gotta hear your thoughts on Dan Snyder, man. So if you could just go ahead and talk about that.
So earlier this week, we heard the assistant district attorney, whatever, was coming up with some press conference about stuff that was going on, and it was the NFL was brought in, Tagliabue, Washington, Dan Snyder for whatever. I honestly didn't read what the charges were because I don't care. I really don't care. But there was a response. I think before the charges even came out, there was a response from the social website of the Washington team. And in that, they were stating that the district attorney could have better things to do. But you can say that he does. That's fine. If you want to look at it like that, if that's your opinion, it's okay. But as the agent of the player who was mentioned, Brian Robinson, said, up until this point, they have handled what has happened to him. One of the few things that they've handled actually pretty well. They have really handled it really well.
Didn't they just, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they arrest a suspect?
Two. Yeah, they have two suspects.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought I heard, yeah.
Yep. Unfortunately, a 17 and a 15-year-old, which is terrible. But, so they did arrest two suspects in that. And as we all know, luckily, he's okay. But in mentioning these charges that are going to be, at that point, coming against the team, you do not need to mention Brian Robinson being shot and almost murdered and killed, and the murder rate in the District of Columbia. You self-serving, righteous, dumb, I can't say the words I want to say. This is why, and again, I know there's these, and not even just Snyder, but the thing is, this organization is filtered with the slime of this guy. Because he's always, since the days of the guy, what's his guy's name? That was, huh? No, not the owner, the guy who was his GM. Who?
Steve Spurrier, Bruce Allen.
No, the GM guy. Who was his
Allen, Vinny Serrato.
Yeah, Vinny. Thank you. Since Vinny, and he finally did get rid of Vinny, but he's always surrounded himself with people that kowtow to this guy, right? So they will go to he's been this way with every radio station. You can't talk about him in a negative way. You can't do this in a negative way. This is why Chris Cooley didn't show up for an anniversary, because he's like, I just don't feel connected with this team. I don't feel connected with this team because this team's full of a-holes. This whole organization, they shouldn't even be called the Commanders, not the Manders, not the Commas, the a-holes, the Washington a-holes. So until he leaves, that's what they need to be called, because the slime, the filth that he has put into this once proud organization is disgusting. It's I don't even know. It's corrupt. It's corrupt. And this is why this team needs to be sold. Just to get the stench of him, of this franchise, to talk about, oh, go do something else better. Why don't you try to do this in the murder rate? What is your problem? You still can't even see what the stuff. You want to go past your filth and try to. This is the same thing as, let's brush this dirt under the rug. It's still there. You're still dirty. You're still doing things. You're still an organization that ain't worth nothing. You have probably the most committed fan base, which I still don't understand why they're still there. I ain't going to a damn game till he's gone. I haven't bought anything with a W on it. I will not buy anything. I'm not contributing to him at all, ever. Ever. And I don't understand why these people are so loyal to that trash. And he's trash. And to bring up Brian, who has fought through this, who luckily was okay, as some example of why the AD needs to focus on something else besides your misdeeds, it's not short-sighted, it's the pettiness of Daniel Snyder's organization from the top down. And they all need to go the hell away. The whole of them. All of them. It is just sickening.
Okay. Thanks, man. I really, like I said, I really wanted to know. I just wanted to get a Washington fan's perspective from this, because from an outsider looking in, I'm just like, oh my gosh, dude, it just keeps getting, just keeps getting worse and worse. This guy's just got to go. Hopefully they'll get rid of him. But look, man, it's nice outside. We're gonna have a good weekend. We're not gonna think about Dan Snyder, man. We had a great show today. It's all good, man. It's all good. Can you close this out, Hurt? All right. Well, for all y'all that tune in and listen to the show, we want to thank you. Enjoy the games today and tomorrow this weekend. Look forward to our show coming up next week. Also, at some point next week, we will have our Wakanda Forever review show. We both seen the movie. I think we both have some interesting opinions on the movie, and we are going to give them. We're going to have a sit down. We're going to have a chat about the movie, and we want you to take a chance and take a look at that. Please subscribe to us. Please smash that like button, as they say, and check out our podcast any and everywhere.
I'm good. Sorry.
All right, man.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. that took a lot out of me. I'm okay now. It takes a while to recover from that. But thank you everybody for tuning in. Facebook, IG, Twitter. Of course, we're here. Of course, subscribing, like he said, smash that like button. We appreciate it. We really appreciate all the comments and everybody that subscribes to the page. Thank you so much for everything and supporting us and everything that we do and all the other shows that we do as well. And of course, we're on Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find us. A calm down version of the End by the MD podcast. Everyone have a great weekend and Wakanda forever.
Peace out, y'all.